This is the war President-elect Barack Obama is inheriting in Afghanistan. An insurgency that's stronger than ever and creeping ever closer to the Afghan capital. In this video obtained by CBS News, a U.S. convoy is attacked less than 20 miles from Kabul.
I think in Afghanistan we really dropped the ball for a long time.
It's now widely agreed America's new president needs a new approach. Obama's emerging strategy appears to shift focus to a regional solution. In this exclusive video from Pakistan's tribal areas, young Pakistani boys are indoctrinated as suicide bombers. The teenage boy you see here is about to blow himself up. When his car pulls alongside a U.S. Humvee, it explodes in a massive fire. The boy's mentors erupting in victory cries as they film the suicide.
Regional solutions, embodied in the policy referred to by policymakers as AfPak, almost always overlook the predicament of ordinary Afghans and the important role they could play in maintaining stability. Not Arabic in culture, not Hindu, nor Sikh, they maintain a proud identity which is uniquely Afghan.
In the first couple years of our occupation of Afghanistan, suicide terrorism hardly existed in Afghanistan. And then suddenly, in 2006, there were 92 completed suicide attacks in Afghanistan. In 2007, over 140. 2008, over 130.
It was 1947, 2 years after the guns fell silent.
There is precedent in history for economic assistance providing stability. In Europe after World War II, much of the continent lay in ruins and poverty was at dangerous proportions.
Is a historian at the George C. Marshall Foundation.
The prime motivation for launching the Marshall Plan was fear of chaos in Western Europe, but also the strength of the Communist Party in countries like France and Italy was very worrisome.
There was massive unemployment. Europe's industry was at a standstill.
Who were anyhow perceived in a better way than the Russians from the very outset, even during the end of the war, now were seen no longer as primarily as occupiers, but as friends.
In 2007, commander of U.S. forces in Afghanistan, General Carl Eikenberry, told Congress, "Much of the enemy force is drawn from the ranks of unemployed men looking for wages to support their families." One solution to deprive the Taliban of recruits is job creation. The Taliban has ironically become the employer of last resort. At about $8 a day, the money is good, even if the work is dangerous. In the spring of 2009, a Korangal Valley elder told Time magazine, "The Taliban aren't fighting for religion but for money. If they had jobs, they would stop fighting." There is no shortage of work to be done. These are open sewers in Kabul. There are hundreds of miles of them, which could alone employ many thousands of workers to repair and replace. The desperation in Afghanistan can be haunting. This little girl in Kandahar is one of many reported cases of starvation, some as recent as 2008.
Some doctors. And where do you get the money to buy them as a massive? From ourselves.
Proponents of a countrywide jobs initiative say that it would cost but a fraction of the yearly cost of military operations, less than 10%. Given the enormous cost of continued warfare, they say this is simply a smart investment. All foreigners who have come here with guns in their hands have quickly learned why this land of mountain warriors is known as the graveyard of empires. And Afghans have rarely known a foreign power which has come here with anything but guns. Is it too late? The stakes are high. Whatever the course taken by the Obama administration, it must happen soon. Secretary of State George Marshall, in unveiling the Marshall Plan in 1947, said, "The patient is sinking while the doctors deliberate."
د بلال خوگا